What's going on YouTube? This is 3zinferno. So sorry I haven't posted in a while. I was in LA for a few days for a job interview. So didn't go too well. I mean, it went okay, but I didn't get the job. So I'm back, and so some Yu-Gi-Oh stuff I did down there. I went to regionals on Saturday. Didn't play. I just went to sell and things and trade. Got a few things. Whatever's. And then on Saturday I also dropped by Frank & Sons, but no one was there, so I went back on Wednesday since I got a second interview, and picked up some stuff. So that was good. So I'm actually gonna go into my YouTube. I've gone into my YouTube and I'm looking at the some questions you guys have, or some things you guys want me to talk about. So let's see. Here's one that's asking me. Okay, what do I think? They're trying to ask me. What do you think of the fairy deck that's running 3 Maxi, 3 Valors, etc.? So I think, to me, that's a little too extreme right now, especially before Dark Worlds come out. After Dark Worlds come out, I believe that's pretty viable, 3 Maxi, 3 Valors. But there's still a lot of people running like TGs. Right now, like TGs and Gravekeepers. Those are the two decks that aren't really affected by triple Maxi, triple Valor. So you might have a really bad matchup if you're running 6 possibly dead cards, especially against TGs. Maxis are basically not useful as are Valors. Because TGs probably main deck skill drain anyway. So as for right now, I believe 3 Maxi and 3 Valors are overkill. They can be dead cards in your hand. I'd rather have things that deal with a threat directly than indirectly, like drawing outs, or the Valors that are just dead, sometimes dead in your hand for different matchups. So for that fairy deck, I prefer to have a few more traps in there probably. The one Dust Shoot, I guess it's alright, but I like more back row in that. Let's see. Okay, so do you think Dark World is going to be a tier 1 deck? Dark World is going to be a tier 1 deck. It reminds me of Dragoonies in the fact that it is so reliant on the spell card, field spell. But again, to a lesser extent, because it's not as dependent. It's not as good without the field spell, but when you have cards like Drag Down to the Grave, and Mind, so you can look at your opponent's hand. Dark Worlds have a really good game 1. That's because it's like I talked to my friend Pete, and he told me, oh, the game right now is knowing what your opponent has, and Drag Down to the Grave allows you to see everything your opponent has, especially first turn, because you can set all your spells, and then they won't see any of your spells and traps, but you can look at your opponents and etc. So knowing your opponent's hand is really important right now. So Dark World's game 1 are really strong. Game 2 and 3 have to do some smart siding. People will be siding things like Shadow and Prison Mirrors, DD Crows, etc., etc. If you want to run Dark Worlds, you also have to be prepared for the mirror match. The mirror match is going to be a very important thing, especially if you're going to Columbus. Unfortunately, I'm not going to make it to Columbus, but if you're running Dark Worlds at Columbus, be prepared for the mirror. You should not be maining Dark World dealings. If you do main, maximum main is 1 because of the fear of the mirror match. If you Dark World dealings and they discard their Silva, you are history. Not good for you. Or yeah, it's not good. So if you're running Dark Worlds, 1 Dark World dealing in the main deck only, and do not play a turn 1 because you don't know what your opponent's playing. And one more question I'm going to answer for today. Not that one. I think I already answered that one last time. Okay. How viable are Frog Monarchs this format? Okay. You know what, actually, I think Frog Monarchs, to me, are still viable. It is much slower, it's not as explosive, but but the stalling power it has, like faders, gores, and Dragodia, allows for a lot of flexibility. I like it because, especially when Dark Worlds come out, if you start Kaiasing things, it's good to get rid of their cards because of gate to the field spell for Dark Worlds, so that they don't have fodder. So removing their Dark Worlds are pretty useful. And it's hard to OTK because you run your 3 faders, 2 Trigodias, and Gores. And you have walls like Treeborn Frog and Ronin Tonin or whatever and things like that. So it's actually not bad against Dark World. I think it's a pretty good matchup against Dark Worlds. So Frog Monarchs are not dead yet. And that's it, guys. So if you guys have any other questions, just send them out to me. I'll be happy to answer them as soon as I can, or I'll even make a video about it if more than one person asks me. Alright, guys, that's it. 3zinferno signing out.